Welcome to this major interview granted to us by the Prime Minister with His Excellency Rim Talba, Jean-Emmanuel Ouedraogo. We will discuss various aspects of national life, ranging from security to diplomacy, including the economy, education, social issues, etc. Excellency, good evening. Good evening. Ramu Atala. The exercise will be co-hosted with my colleague Amadou Zeba from the online media Le Faso 7. Amadou, good evening. Good evening, Excellency. Good evening, Ruth. So, the stage is set. Excellency, you have been in office since December 9th, 2024. We would like to know how you feel in your role in this position as Prime Minister.
I feel calm, determined with the entire government and, of course, under the leadership of His Excellency Captain Ibrahim Traoré, President of Faso and Head of State. The challenges are numerous, the obstacles as well, the adversity is great, but rest assured that all this only multiplies day by day. Our energy and especially our conviction and commitment to deeply reform our country, to restore security, and above all, to open better prospects for young Burkinabés.
So challenges, obstacles, adversities, excellent. That's exactly what we are going to discuss.
Welcome back again, families. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I hope you are well. I hope your day is good. Hopefully, this video will be out tomorrow, not today. Today is so busy. I'm talking about 30th of April. Hands off Captain Ibrahim Traoré. This video is about the interview of the Prime Minister of Burkina Faso. Yes, we have been waiting for it, or I have been waiting for it for a long time. We had a lot of response from a lot of people. I was waiting patiently, just like some of you. This is part of it, the beginning, up to, I wanted to say to the end, but no. It's about 1 hour. This is just 20 minutes or 25 I have taken for now. Please listen to more and I'll be back.
A few days ago, due to current events, the Minister of Security was on the national channel to discuss, in any case, a vast plot against the security of the state, which was foiled. So we would like to know exactly what the latest news is on this case, where we stand with the investigation, and if there have been any further arrests, because the minister did indeed mention that there had been arrests.
So indeed, a few days ago, the Minister of Security revealed to the national and even international public this latest plot that was foiled, which was hatched from abroad, in collaboration, of course, with internal traitors. A plot that was thwarted. The details were provided in the statement, which was made public. As of today, what I can assure you is that the security services, the intelligence services, are still on alert. And, of course, to completely thwart this sinister plan that these enemies of the nation had in store for our country. And rest assured that everything is being done so that this latest plot meets the same fate as the previous ones, that is, a resounding failure for the plotters, whether they are from within or outside.
Excellent. Given the extent of the implications in this latest attempt at decision-making, destabilization, implication, linked, especially with some elements of our defense and security forces, hasn't our army been deeply affected by this attempt at destabilization?
No, not at all. Rest assured, the true fighters are on the front lines today. Determined, they are winning victories, and of course a few strays who are very easily corruptible and who are in reality just tools that are manipulated, instrumentalized there, and who, unfortunately, this hand, there is no need to worry. The army, we have a determined army, a professional army, and above all, today, an army that is honorably leading the fight to reclaim Burkinabe territory. for the reclamation of the dignity of the Burkinabe people, and especially the fight for the true independence of our country. And this in good coordination with the arms suppliers of the AES, the Confederation of Sahel States, notably from Mali and the Niger. Niger, with whom the army is in close collaboration. And be convinced of one thing, every day the conviction that we will win. This war grows, and we will do everything possible to achieve it.
So, Your Excellency, regarding this current issue, we heard the Minister of Security, who indeed once again pointed the finger at Ivory Coast. So we would like to know today what exactly is being reproached to the Ivorian authorities. Is it the fact of providing shelter and food to people who act against the security of the Burkinabe state? Or are other things being reproached to the Ivorian authorities?
All the masterminds of this plot, like those of previous plots, are today in Ivory Coast, which of course provides them with shelter and food. And it is from this country that all these attempts are hatched and orchestrated. And especially since for some of them today, the masks have fallen because they are in close collaboration with the terrorists who are afflicting our country. They are their spokespersons. They amplify today the terrorist attacks. And every day they work to demoralize our fighting forces. These are people today who have betrayed their homeland, who have betrayed the land where their umbilical cord is buried. It is extremely serious, but it also shows how much these individuals lack dignity. So they are all in Côte d'Ivoire. We say it, the facts are stubborn. It is regrettable. The head of state has said it. Between the Burkinabe and Ivorian peoples, there is no problem. These are peoples who have always lived in harmony, in complete brotherhood. And today, it is practically impossible to separate them. These two peoples, who are deeply intertwined by history and geography, and today, in certain areas, it is difficult to find a family that does not have a relative in Côte d'Ivoire. We have many Ivorian brothers who live here in Burkina Faso. All the manipulative action aimed at destabilizing our country, the Ivorian people are not aware of them. Beyond that, what is also sad is that in reality, the fight we are waging today for true independence for Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, for real emancipation, for the restoration of our dignity, is a fight we are waging against the same master, the same imperialist. And today, the Ivorian people are also victims of this same imperialist who dominates, exploits, feeds the tensions, and it has always been this way. This is to say that it is a fight that in reality should unite the Burkinabe people, the Ivorian people, Malians, Nigerians, the peoples of Africa, the true fight for real independence. And so it is unfortunate to see today that the Ivorian people are held hostage, because it is a people, I am convinced, who do not agree at all with what is being plotted from this country against a brotherly people, against a brotherly country, which is asking us today to have the freedom to work for the development of the Burkinabe people, and especially to be able to free ourselves from all the ties that have been there for a long time. The time has come to break, to shatter all the chains, and I think Captain Thomas Sankara said it, the slave who is not capable of assuming his revolt does not deserve that one pities his fate. Today, the Burkinabe people are assuming their revolt, and all the ties, all the chains will be broken.
Excellencies, there is one of our own, Alain Traoré, known as Alain Faso, who, according to official statements, is in Ivorian jails. So today, what do you know about this matter? Do you have any additional information?
Thank you, families, for listening up to this stage. I hope you are still here with us. The Prime Minister was asked a question about one particular person. I've heard the name before, 2nd of February, to be precise. I remember I worked on a video and I didn't understand. It's about arresting somebody in Ivory Coast, and the way the minister respond to the question is like he has detached himself like that person is discussing and he doesn't know who that person is and all that. I said, one day this will make sense. Let me leave it there. So I left it since February. Families, please listen to this question and the answer, and then we'll continue the interview. It will make sense. Trust me. I'll be back. Thank you for your time.
Ivory Coast. Siforabidjan.net. Alain Traoré, also known as Alino Faso, has been missing in Côte d'Ivoire for several days. According to the latest information, he has been arrested for espionage. Can you confirm this? And tell us more, Minister. Thank you. Well, I don't want to get into sensationalism. Nobody is missing in Côte d'Ivoire. It's true that very often these are things you read or hear. But you should know that all arrests are carried out according to the rules, and I can confirm that Mr. Alain Traoré has been arrested. Today, there is a procedure underway, so I can't say any more. But you know very well that everything is done transparently. When this procedure is completed, but you'll get the usual, always in the interests of transparency and accountability. A statement from the public prosecutor. So for the moment, yes, he's not missing. I have not been duly arrested, because there are certainly things he is accused of. So let's wait for the prosecutor's statement once the proceedings have reached their conclusion. In any case, I can assure you that people don't disappear in Côte d'Ivoire. There's no forced abduction. There's no summit execution, there's no torture, none of that. Can remain in the fantasy of certain people who don't know that things have changed, that we are respectful of human rights, that we are respectful of procedures. Maybe that's true, but it's not the same country, it's not the same era. Bonjour monsieur le working gentleman. Minister, my question is about Burkina refugees. In the north of our country, I'd like to know the current situation. Thank you. First of all, it's the head of state who appoints, not me. I note that you are pleased with the appointment of Mr. Alsini. I imagine that many others are too, but it's a decision by the head of state. As for the Burkina refugees, you know that insecurity continues in certain regions. From our neighboring countries, the influx of refugees was caused by another country. Côte d'Ivoire remains a host country, and we welcome them. We hope that the security situation in their country will be resolved very quickly, so that these people can return, you know. Home is always a better place, and I can assure you that these people all dream of returning home, so we're praying that conditions will allow it. And we can assure you that they will return of their own free will.
Regarding the issue of infrastructure, we will also address the topics of mining and energy. The government has proposed, in any case, a revision of the mining code, and Burkina has thus been able to adopt a new code. What are the objectives sought through this decision?
This new mining code aims to revolutionize the mining sector in Burkina Faso, because it is a new mining code built on a single vision to ensure that mining activity in Burkina Faso fosters development, to ensure that the benefits of mining activity are more noticeable and more amplified for the benefit of the citizens, Burkinabe citizens. That is why many implementing decrees of the mining code have already been adopted. And when you look today, everything is being done to ensure that all mining operations in Burkina Faso primarily benefit the Burkinabe people. So after the adoption of this mining code and its implementing decrees, the country will draw greater benefits from this mining exploitation. And especially with the adoption of local content, which today requires companies, mining companies, to prioritize national expertise and national suppliers. It should create an ecosystem much more favorable to the development of Burkina Faso. We should see more of the benefits from Burkina Faso's mining exploitation, so that it is not just the consequences that the populations endure, but that the minerals being exploited truly benefit their country.
Excellencies, it has also been observed that the government has decided to take back control of certain mining operations. Can you elaborate on the motivation behind such a decision?
It is part of the same vision, because today there is the Mining Participation Company of Burkina that has been created, SOPAMIP, and it has already repurchased 2 industrial mines, namely Bungu and Wagnon, and this will continue. Because beyond the industrial mines, we also have the semi-mining sector, semi-mechanized, in which today we are investing. The goal is always truly to optimize the benefits of mining exploitation for Burkina Faso. And I can assure you that we have not yet truly reached the cruising speed of exploiting these mines that the state has acquired for the benefit of the Burkinabe people. But it is certain that very quickly we will realize that when we give ourselves the means to exploit our mines, and God knows we have the means, we have the expertise, there will be no comparison in terms of benefits, not only for the state's budget, but also for the Burkinabe citizens.
So you are precisely talking about the benefits of mining exploitation for the populations. Recently, the American general, and the American general who is the American general, there is an American general who stated before the United States Senate that the mineral resources of Burkina do not benefit the populations. What is your comment regarding
this statement? It is true that there has already been an official reaction to a communique from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. But all we can say is that it was with great surprise. And we have thus discovered this statement, which is not based on any report. And we are all the more surprised that it comes from a general who is rather meant to handle military matters, particularly US AFRICOM, of which he is the head. So it was really a big surprise. What must be said already is that this manipulation has no chance of succeeding. Because quite simply, when you consider Burkina Faso today, thanks to the vision of the head of state in the field of gold production, what's happening is unprecedented. To take the example of the year that just ended, 2024, the National Precious Substances Company, in its aspect, collected more than 8 tons of gold in 2024. In the first quarter of 2025, we have already collected more than 11 tons of gold. It is a state-owned company. And today, the question that needs to be asked, because these enormous quantities of gold that are being collected are largely derived from artisanal mining, ask yourself the question, where was this gold going? And we are convinced that these volumes of gold collected in Burkina Faso, the potential for growth is still significant. So we must already ask ourselves, all this quantity of gold, through which channels was it leaving Burkina Faso? Today, everything is being done to ensure that the gold from Burkina Faso benefits Burkina Faso. For the first time, we are engaged in a process of establishing a gold reserve in Burkina Faso. And yet, all this work is being done and is producing significant results visible to the Burkinabe people that there have been. This false statement from a general who poorly hides his desire to manipulate and demonize. You will remember, and our elders tell us, under the revolution of Thomas Sankara, I think Thomas Sankara was a victim of the same manipulation at a certain time. He was accused of all the sins of Israel, accused of illicit enrichment, and all this was part of a desire to demonize him, to manipulate opinions, and to create favorable conditions for what happened. So, does this explain that? We are not going to say outright that this is what it's about. But we are convinced of one thing. This statement from the American general, it is not insignificant. But today, you see all the reaction, all the uproar it has caused. It is a statement that has no connection with the reality on the ground. And this general would do better to focus on military matters, because in terms of manipulation, he excels in mediocrity. Pastor 7.
Thank you so much, families, for listening to this interview. I want to say all, but it's not all. There's more to come. If you like to listen to more, please leave a comment, and I'll be happy to work on it and share it with you. About the gold, yes, they have done well. If you haven't seen it before, it's on the channel. The reason why I do not even tell you about it, the way they are using the gold, the way they are working on it. And I must say that Ghana has now copied it. Yes, I would say copy it, because the previous government hasn't do anything about it. The small miners, the big miners, they are signing away how many years contract for them to come and dig, and take away. Even recently, the new president of Ghana, no, not Nana, President John Mahama has found out that there are some contracts that not only expire, they are working, digging, and they are pretending that they are not making any money. The video is long already. Maybe I should do that separate. But our AES, they are making money out of it. They are making it work. And it's not just saying it, because we have seen it. We have seen the real gold itself. And the money, you can tell already. I will leave you here. Thank you for your time. I'm so grateful. I haven't taken your time for granted. Those who are using internet, who are topping up your mobile phones to be listening to all this news, it's because you care. You care about Africa. That's why you are doing that. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for your time. May God reward you. We can all do our bit. Hopefully, history will judge. Credit to Faso 7 for sharing this with us. I'll be back with more. If you like it, let me know. If not, I will leave it here. Thank you so much for your time. God bless you all.